everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you how to make the honey pot tumblers. I am doing a mommy and me set. This is a 20-ounce skinny, and then this is a 8-ounce or 12-ounce sippy. So I went ahead and taped them. I just went around, used my tape measure, put a pencil mark all the way around, and then put my tape around it. And it pulled up a little bit, so I gotta go touch this up. Went ahead and did this one as well, so they match, and they're both the same size as well for the tape. And I overlapped the painter's tape because I thought I had the bigger width of duck or painter's tape, but I only had the smaller, so I just did 2 layers and overlapped some of it. So the middle part I did, let's see, I did 1.5, and I did 1.5 on this as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and glitter these, and I'm going to go ahead and do the Mod Podge. That's the best way I like how to do it. It takes a little time, but I think it covers it very well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do it this color. It's like a teal. That's what the customer wanted, so I'm going with that one. So stay tuned. Okay, so I went ahead and got the first layer of glitter on them, and I'll give them about an hour, and I'll put the second coat on, and then that's when I let them dry overnight, and then I will work on the other colors. Okay, so I went ahead and have my cup glittered. I have 2 coats on the teal, and then for the rim, I'm going to put white in the middle and yellow on the outside of it. And I went ahead and measured it. I went around and measured where I want my painter's tape to go, and it will look like this. And it don't matter if you got creases in there or not, but this one is the sippy. So I went ahead and just measured where I want my tape at, and I'm going to make these lines yellow. And then I'll do 2 coats of glitter on this, and then I'll take this off and I'll do this one white. And also, I forgot to tell you, I did these 1.5, and then I just try to even it out, break it up. It was like 4 little lines on the tape measure, and then it had an inch right here going all the way around. So that's how I did it. So when I do these each color, I spray it with the clear glaze, and then I'll go back and add the yellow. And then once I'm done the second coat on it and let it dry, I put the clear glaze on it as well. And then the white, let it dry, and then I'll put the clear glaze on it as well too. So now I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'll spray it, and then it'll be ready for epoxy. So here you go. Okay, so I went ahead and epoxied these. And when I put the first coat on, I went ahead and put the chunky glitter on, and I slowly did it so it didn't get in there besides this one little speck. I went ahead and did this and did 2 more coats of epoxy. So they're both done now. So now I'm going to go sand them and then show you what else I'm going to do. Okay, so I went ahead and sanded them, and I went ahead for this one and added the lines on it. See how this is? I don't care for it. I like to have a nice crisp line. So I went ahead and added that on this one. It's Winnie the Pooh. I mean, all the characters are outlined in black and stuff. So I figured that the honey pot should be outlined just like Winnie the Pooh. So I went ahead and did that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And I just made super thin lines just to give it a tiny little outline. Okay, so I went ahead and put the vinyl on this one. And then this is the sippy cup. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on here. You always got to remember to put the lid on to know where your decal is going to go. And I try to put it on like as tight as it will go. Okay. Okay, so right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the decal on it while it's on there. Okay. Go ahead and set that one up. Rub that across. Okay. So you definitely got to make sure you have your lid for your sippy cup on, and so you know where to put the decal. So I went ahead and put that on so I have the idea where it goes. Okay. So now I'm going to put the rest of it on there. Yeah, I got such a big sheet for transfer tape, but I try to use a piece as much as I can. Not. I had paper on that little dot. I thought. Little eyes are so tiny. Okay, so there's that. And I'm gonna get honey on here. Okay. So there's that. Now is to add the little bees to it and Winnie the Pooh on it. Okay, so I went ahead and got all the stickers on here, all the little bees. Isn't that cute? So it's ready for epoxy, and then I'm going to put the honey drips around the lids, around the top of the tumbler. So here's this one. So I did big beads and little bees. So I figured on the back I did like a big bee and a little bee on the back. So they're ready for epoxy, and next will be the drips. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the honey around the top of the cup. I went ahead and had my epoxy sitting. This actually took, I'd say, a little over an hour. And then I added my mica powder. You can also add your mica powder before it starts thickening up, but I chose just to wait. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this ready. See how thick it's getting? That's what you want, so then the drips aren't so fast. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go around the top. Kind of slide it out because I don't want it to go crazy dripping. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Go around, get some more. And then I'll sit here and just watch it for a minute and see if I need to add more in certain spots. Keep going. I want to get the green up here kind of covered too. I don't want that to show. So I'll just keep adding a little bit up here at the rim. And if it goes over the lip, it's okay because then I can just scrape it off once it's all dried. And yeah, I have a little spot here. It was a string of epoxy. I'm just going to get rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and wipe it right off, and it comes right off. So I'm going to let that sit. See how that's starting to form now? Let that sit, and then I got the sippy to do. Yes, you definitely want to get your epoxy thick and where it's not running that much at all, because then you have control over the drips. So then they're not dripping down your cup as fast. So go ahead and do that. And I think I did like 10 mLs, and that's for both of these cups, because I didn't want to go crazy letting the drips go all the way down the cup. I just want to kind of keep them towards the top and a little bit in the middle of the cup. Okay, I probably need more here. Just to add more, you just go over that line and just make it a little thick. Try to cover up some of that green up there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Let's check on this one, see how it's coming down. And I'll get some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and show you. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Okay, so I'll put some rubbing alcohol on here. Just wipe it up here. And there you go, it comes right off. I'm not worried about that little spot up there, because that's going to drip down over it. So I'm just waiting, see how that's going to look. You can eye it and kind of see where the drips are. I want it kind of still up here, so I'm going to add more. Tell you what, this stuff definitely feels like honey right now. How thick it is. I'm just trying to get that. I don't want none of that green to show, so I'm trying my best. I know I still got to clean around the rim, but okay, so let that sit. Here's this one. This one's still got to get a good bit. What it looks like afterwards. It's like babysitting your cups to make sure the drips turn out what you want them to look like. So I'll let that sit for about 20 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, everyone, I'm going to show you the final results. I put 2 coats of epoxy on them, and they're cured and they're ready to go. So here you go. These turned out really cute. I love how they turned out. And there's that. So I had a matching on both sides. So there you go. So the number one thing you want to do when you do sippies is make sure the lid matches the front, or the front matches the lid, I should say. I just had it turned on, so whenever I did this, I knew where the vinyl would go. So it went straight on. And that's as far as you can take it over too. So thank you for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys were able to make your own Winnie the Pooh honey pot tumblers. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.